Hello, 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 and welcome to Get Real Estate with Liz and Marie. I'm Liz,
And I'm Marie.
and we're a day late this week, Marie.
We are. It was a busy day. It was a busy day.
It was. And then if I don't do it like first thing in the morning and get my stuff together, then it just takes a while and it gets sidetracked. So sorry, peeps, but we're here today.
Yep.
Here we are. It's
No
busy
biggie.
weeks.
We got somebody watching us though. You guys got to actually chime in here and say hello so we know who you are. I like to
Yep.
look at the comments, so I'll look at those. But I'm excited. I think the numbers are a little bit interesting this week, which will lead right into your whole thing about mortgage rates as well. So let me
Just
just
don't
jump.
freak out, everybody. That's the big
I
thing.
know.
Don't
I
freak
know.
out.
Yes. So let me jump in with the numbers real quick. So this week, and this is today, so I didn't use yesterday's data. So we are a day late this week, but the number of active residential listings on the MLS today is 6,234, which is up 541 from last week, which is actually a huge number since we've been going down, 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 down. And, we were down at the 4,000 range for a while, and now we're over 6,000. So I'm actually impressed with that. And the price also increased from 544 last week to 546. So even with, these new listings, prices are remaining steady and high right now. I will say across the board, the average days on market either stayed the same or went down even 3 or 4 days across every city that we work in. So again, just thinking back to when we were talking about the Super Bowl, and after the Super Bowl, listings will start to increase and things will start to happen. So it took a little later, a
Yeah.
little longer than we expected. But as we're hitting, the summertime and the end of school, people are looking to move.
Yeah, exactly. That's the time. And I'll have another house hitting the market on Saturday myself.
Yes.
So my rehab's done, so that'll add another number there. So
Yeah.
it's exciting to see how that does. We're gonna have a little neighborhood walk through on Friday night, see what the neighbors think, and go from there. So
Yes. So that's good. I might have to stop by on Friday, just say hi.
yeah, it'd be a pleasure. So we'll put the address in here. Anybody can stop by. Open 5 to 7 on Saturday night, and then we have a realtor on our team that wants to sit an open house to start getting used to it. I said, "Well, buckle up because I think you'll have a lot of people through there." So
Right.
it's exciting,
Um,
but that's it. I mean, these numbers are going up, but they're still low for our size of where we live. For the size
yes.
of the
I mean, we're in no way in a balanced market. We are still in a crazy seller's market. But it was just nice to see, the number of listings in pretty much every city that we work in: Phoenix, Scottsdale, Chandler, Mesa. They went up in every city except Tempe. Although Tempe is also the smallest city, right? And it's like totally landlocked. So no surprise there. But yeah, I mean, even the active number of rentals increased across the valley, and those rental prices have not changed in months. It is a very competitive rental market out there right now. So if you need a rental, they go fast.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, very true.
So prices are still going up, Liz. And I know this is a question for people right now because they're thinking that there's going to be some major changes in pricing specifically due to mortgage rates. So
Well, and
let's
that's
talk
it. The
about that.
prices are going up. I don't think we're going to see them go up as drastically, is the big thing. It was interesting because in the beginning of this year, I had a conversation with a fellow investor friend who he was telling me he heard the predictions that, we were going to have a appreciation rate of a double digit again. So, that could be 10, that could be 20, whatever that is. So now with the interest rates going up, we'll see how much, appreciation goes up in these houses, but there's still people are still putting them out for sale and people are still moving here and they're still relocating. And then, because I have another article in here about the job growth here. So it's still happening. Just you are going to pay more for your interest, you're going to pay more on your monthly payment. That could hurt. So it's just going to be really interesting to see how the prices might level out, but I do not see them dropping. I just don't see
Yes.
that happening because we still have such a short supply, and you might see it in other parts of the country, but Phoenix is just too much in demand. It's just the
Right.
bottom
So,
line.
I mean, like you said, it might not go up the 32.9% year
Yes.
over year growth. But the pricing, I agree. I don't see there being a crazy decline. I mean, I've even heard people saying, oh, I want to sell my house now and just rent for a while and wait for the crash to come and buy a new house. I don't know if that's a smart play right now, people. I don't see that happening.
And
So,
the feds are going to raise the interest rates quite a few more times very quickly, to try and head off some inflation that's happening. So
right.
as home builders and rehabbers and stuff, sellers that you and I are, we have to keep an eye on that. And so the real thing is, unfortunately for us, our supplies are going up. What we put in, I just, had a discussion with my electricians in my house yesterday, and I was kind of sticker shocked on how much the electrical is going to cost. And he
Right.
was explaining to me how much the wire has gone up in price. And he's not the first one to tell me that. So
Right.
I don't know, this giant shift of everything is just, stepping up, and we're all going to pay this price out there, but we still got to do it. I mean, that's our business. So you and I still have to pay
Oh,
this.
of course. The cost of all of our renovations has gone up significantly in these past 2 years. So I don't see that pricing leveling out anytime soon, whether it is lumber or copper or anything, related to the industry, and especially with the pricing going up. And that's part of, I think, why the prices are so high, right? Because when you're building these properties, it's costing you more. We got to make our money. The builders got to make their money. So whether it's a new build or a remodeled home,
Yes.
we gotta account for that. So
Well, and that's exactly, the other night after we had the open house, for our investor group, one of the neighbors came by, and we were talking about what we do and how we do it. And, sometimes rehabbers can get a bad rap, but it's our living. It's how we make a living. So we're allowed
right,
to have a profit in there, but it's when you buy the house and getting it at the right price and working with the seller at the right way. And so, it was a great conversation because it opened her eyes up to, sure, this is my living. I have to make some money on here, but I am the last one paid.
right. Right. And that's an interesting conversation because we were talking about private lenders earlier, right? And doctors and people that have these great high paying jobs and how they can make money, being lenders, and they are in a better position than you are at the end of the day as the investor because they get paid first, right?
Yes.
So sometimes I've heard people where they're like, I really want to be your JV partner. And you're just like, really? Do you though? Because there's a possibility that I don't make money on this project, but if I can pay you a percentage on a promissory note, you're going to get paid first by being the bank. So,
Yeah, exactly. It's funny. I just had that conversation with this friend of mine who's new to real estate, and we were talking about the difference between a JV and a private money lender. Because I said, if it's a joint venture, they have a say. They have some different kind of skin in the game versus just a
right,
private money lender is giving you that, lending you that money. You're still making all the decisions, and they're being paid back a different way. So that's really important to make note of out there for people in what you're
right.
saying and how you're, offering things to people for
Yes.
sure. So,
So
but
Elda was
again,
watching. She gave us a quick shout out and said hi. So, hi,
who's that?
Elda. Elda.
Oh, yay. I love her.
No.
Cutie cute. Yeah. So anyway, with these mortgage rates, they are rising, and people are kind of freaking out. And this, last week we talked about this skyrocketing language. They are increasing, and they're increasing semi fast, but they're still at a level that is affordable, so to speak.
A record
Manageable.
low, right? Like over the last 10 years, people, they're at a record low.
Yeah. So we just have to keep that in perspective. But yes, what's really going to stop or slow way down is the refinancing.
Right.
If you got in and got it at a good rate, you're solid. you're going to be there. You're going to be there for the long haul. And that's the people too that might, if that didn't get in there, that might sell and not get something and rent for a little while and see if the mortgage rates drop. But it's not going to be for a while. If there's going to be increasing all this year, it's going to be probably a couple years before you see that change in a different way. So just know, people, just keep moving. Just be conscious of your income, what you can pay, what you can afford, and figure it out with your financial advisors and your realtor. Right?
It's true. But I, like we mentioned, the pricing is not going to plummet. There's not going to be an immediate crash just based on the fact that the feds are increasing the interest rate a few points. So
yeah, they'll just chill out a little bit. But that leads to the next article about Arizona ranks 4th among best states for businesses. And so, we have a lot of semiconductor plants we've talked about over the last year, building here and coming here, and that produces a lot of jobs. We have just a lot of growth with, the outskirts, and then over off of the 303, that's fairly new. They have huge box stores going in there, their warehouses and supply centers going in. So there is just huge amounts of economic growth and job growth in our, city too right now. So that's also going to help with the housing. Well, help where people are buying, I should say. It also hurts with the housing because people have to find affordable housing, but it's great.
So, yeah, but you do see a lot of these big box stores, and I guess not just the box stores, but like the warehouses for
The warehouses. That's what I mean. Right? Yeah.
So it's, the Amazon, the big, I don't even know. There's so many stores out there and warehouses. So I think you're going to need people living in that area and some affordable housing. So.
Yeah. So it's nice to be recognized for that too. And then on top of that, just our great weather. Sure, July, August, and September, you just got to learn to deal with it. But
right. But today is gorgeous. I was out there walking this morning. So
it is. It really is. Oh, now I got something in my throat. Hold on.
That's okay. I just did that a second ago. So yeah, there's different, manufacturing jobs that are coming into the area. There are data centers that are being built. We have lots of, universities, colleges.
Yes.
There's plenty of reasons, why people want to live and move to this area. And there's so many big companies coming in, creating more jobs. So
it'll be interesting too, because Governor Ducey is not able to be reelected. His governorship is going to end, and we're going to have somebody new coming in, and it's just going to see where they take, the state for the next couple of years, what they see and what they want to do here. So I think that's, keep an eye on that kind of stuff too. But why wouldn't you want growth? It's the economic basis of your of your finances, to have these companies here. So
yes,
I think it's really cool.
But you do bring up a good point. It will be interesting to see what the election and a change in governor, how that will affect the economy as well.
Yeah, for sure. So it's good. It's good.
Yes. And
all right. So I want to talk about our feel good story for this week.
Okay.
Okay. So we've all been suffering. The whole world has suffered through this pandemic. Everybody has one way or another had something, that's stopped, changed, been influenced by. And so now 2 years after this pandemic has, come to light, we finally getting back to some things being normal again, some things just being, the way that it's going to work. And so the honor flights resumed. And I don't know if they did just here in Phoenix or nationwide or what, if they were happening in different places, but this is where they take the veterans, and it's a sponsored trip, and they get to go to Washington, D.C. and see the memorials built in the honor of whatever wars they served in. And so it was neat that those started again. I have been in the airport when the honor planes have landed, and the soldiers, the vets are getting off and walking through the airport, and everybody's just cheering and clapping. And it's so neat to see that and be part of it. And so I'm glad things like that are resuming, that they're happening. We need to honor these any of our service members, from the fire to the police to the doctors to the nurses to our military. And so I think it's great that this didn't stop. And this is a flight full of older people generally who could be more susceptible to the pandemic. So I'm just glad that they started it.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those, things that's near and dear to our hearts as far as just honoring our servicemen and women. And, I think that it's great. Like now it's saying that they're coming back to Phoenix on Wednesday night. And like you saying that you've been there kind of makes me want to just show up to the airport just to be able to like clap them down, and thank them for their service. So
I know. So it's American Airlines. So just get to that right terminal. I think that's Terminal 4.
Yeah. I mean, that's
but anyway, it is neat. It's so neat
that they get to go to DC and see it. I know I did the trip to DC when I was younger, and the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier and all that kind of stuff is really, really awesome to see. So
yeah, no, for sure. So we thank all our veterans, all of our service members, your husband being a retired firefighter.
Yeah.
All that. It's just super important. I don't know why I'm dying now, but
no, it's okay. It's okay.
Apparently I am. And then we still have to honor our Phoenix Suns because we are the second round of the playoffs. They play again tonight. They're up the series 1-0 with the Dallas Mavericks. So the rally in the valley gets really fun.
Yes.
Watch all this and see what's happening. So I just think that's, I don't know, just again, talk about economic growth, talk about people seeing our city, when it's shown on TV and we're, doing so well, it really can shine a light on us. So I think it's great.
Yeah.
Restaurant week is almost here.
It's awesome. It's awesome. And yes, I'm excited for restaurant week. Although I think my mom's leaving that week too. She's going out of town. So, won't be so much taking my mom out, but I guess that just leaves more for date night for me and my husband. Will have to bring the kids with us. So it'll be family date night.
Yeah, speaking of which, it's Mother's Day weekend this weekend. So shout out to all the moms.
Yes. Shout out to all the moms out there. I'm excited for restaurant week. I really am. It's one of my favorite times around here because the weather's great and food is great.
And so for anybody that doesn't know, you could just Google that, or we'll put the link in here. But the restaurants, certain restaurants, and there's usually a lot of them offer special packages to come in, and it's usually a 3-course or 4-course meal with some of their specialties to show off. So it's kind of fun because then you can share different things, or like you say, have a date night and share some stuff and just get it at a, they usually do it at a reasonable price for the dinner for two,
right?
However you want to do it. So,
right. Yeah. And they participate in different ways, but it really is awesome. The different kind of specials that they have. So definitely take advantage of that. And then check out our book. I know Liz is sending out.
Order more.
A bunch today. We had a lot of people that took advantage and got some copies while we were at the Clever Investors Summit. So check it out. Go to our website, save 10K or more. There's a form there. You can fill it out. We can send you your free copy of the book. And then you can buy it on Amazon. So we're only going to have limited free copies for now, and then go buy them on Amazon, folks.
Yes, exactly. I mean, that's my supply has dwindled out just about. So, but that's good. That means we've gotten them out into the hands of people. So
yeah,
I'm very proud of that. And the people, from Clever Investor that signed up for it is great. So I'm going to go get my envelopes and get them mailed out today.
Awesome. Well, Liz and I are here to help. So if you have any issues or any properties that you want to sell in the Valley, reach out to us, lizandmarie.com. And check us out. We will have all this posted on our website later today.
Yep. And happy Mother's Day to all the moms. And thank you to all the vets.
Yes. Thank you. So,
and with that, we wish you
peace
and love. And we'll see you next week. We'll be Tuesday next week for sure.
Yep. Back to our regularly scheduled program.
Yep. Bye.
Yeah.